Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla. And today I was so excited to tell you guys, oh, you know how I'm always saying, oh, I'm trying to be early, but then when I'm looking at the clock, I'm realizing nothing much is different. Well, today I'm really early. I'm actually early, and then oh my gosh, and you know, now I'm looking at the clock and it's like I might be like 1 minute or 2 minutes early. I mean, it's not really not really anything to talk about. Not anything worth mentioning, at least as of now. Now it's possible that with the light luck or something that we do pretty good today, but I mean, I'm not exceptionally early. It's about 1 to 2 minutes early. And I believe I don't think we're going to get gas today. That will be for Monday. I think so. I think that's what I'm doing. So, I've been thinking a little bit more recently. I've noticed there's thoughts coming back to me, which is obviously a symptom of just trying to chill. Because for basically a lot of this time, I've dealt with a lot of chronic stress, and that's really what it does to you. I think the chronic stress, I think it affects you like that. Because when you're so stressed out all the time, it pushes out the good moments. And kind of what I've been saying is how it's not, I mean, even if you don't believe in the positivity thing, it has real consequences. And I don't think I was really realizing it, but then again, I don't think I was in a mental state where I could really do much about it. I was kind of stuck, trapped with what I was doing. So it is what it is. I mean, luckily I'm out of that, but it is what it is. It's a shame because I was thinking about some things I wanted to talk about, and then by the time we get to here, like, there's so many other things I wanted to mention, so it's kind of a shame. I don't remember even, like, it's really something I should work on, that muscle, because it's a muscle that has atrophied in so many of us, where we just can't really recall what happened. And it's scary to me, it's sad to me. I know I'm a little bit better than most people, but that doesn't really matter. For my own standard, I want to be the person who remembers things. And I'm saying, like, consistently I do remember things, but I know it could be better. There were certain ideas I had to flex that muscle, like the TLDRs with Schla, trying to re-summarize the episode. But I don't know. That obviously I just can't do it. It's too difficult, so just stop doing it. Now let's see, does fourth exit right at 20? Nope. It's like probably 19. that fourth exits. I think it's basically 19. Interesting. I just changed my mindset about things. I'm going back to lowest RPM possible, and that may not really be a good idea, but I don't know. That remains to be seen. I may change my mind back. You never know. Oh, sorry, to explain further if it wasn't clear. For a while I was letting the RPM rise a little bit and taking a mile per gallon hit, but it's allegedly better for the car or something, the engine, and I just stopped doing that. I'm seeing, I guess it's just coincidental, but I'm seeing a lot more cars than usual. It's like weird because there's usually not that many, but whatever. I'm already kind of breaking the promise to myself by having this memory thing that I have to adhere to. I think a good way to explain it is I want to hold myself to a chill standard in any way besides money. And what that should translate into is creating a life that's very easy to maintain, but I should still be pushed to excel, if that makes any sense. It's not justifying things, it's not making things better. Wait, what am I even saying right now? It's like a mixture, of, I think it's the best combination of being calm but still having some kind of a push. It's important. I think it's important to be that way. And again, there has been a genuine serenity that I feel more serene than I did. So it's genuine. It is genuine. A genuine feeling. But yeah, like I'm basically thinking going 40 in the 35 is a lot more of a relevant thing than going like 70 in a 65. You know what I mean? Like that's not really worth it. But I think going the extra 5 miles at the lower speed is probably worth it. But I don't know, a lot of times I don't really think about it, and I tend to gravitate towards just driving slower because it's just chill. I just can't get over humans, I cannot get over the rushing, and that's really how people operate. That being said, if I really want to, I can probably do things faster than anybody can too, especially in short bursts. It just tires me out. Like I don't know. I think for some people, there's basically like a reversal with me where I think with a lot of people, rushing sort of gives them like an adrenaline rush. It sort of stimulates them. So it makes them a little less bored, and they get a little bit of a rush to be like passing cars on the highway and like, pushing it. And I don't think it's very draining. For me, it's exhausting. It's like it depletes my battery quickly because, and I think awareness is a big part of it. I mean, I'm never going to be able to get over the fact that it just materially makes absolutely no sense to push a car, to make a car to be pushed. I mean, like the turbos and things like that. It just makes absolutely no sense. Now, what could make sense is if you designed a car with a turbo where the turbo basically never even got used, that would actually, then you might be onto something, because then the turbo would simply act as an emergency boost if there was a case where you really needed it. But then, you know, like 90% of the time, if you use the car very gently, it wouldn't even activate. But I'm saying this, I don't even know the science of a turbo. I think GPT just told me something once, like if you hit like 3 RPM is usually when it activates, but 2 is when it doesn't. But like, I have no idea, because GPT has honestly gotten like a lot of stuff wrong, and I don't know if that's really a proper explanation. I just wonder if when people, like, you know, they have to take their car in because the turbocharger went, are they driving it like a maniac, or is that like a genuine thing? I don't know. You see what I mean? Like, I don't really know. It's kind of a tough call to make. But I don't know if it's a genuine thing. It's kind of a shame, the shift points with this car, how the 6th gear is like 41 or 42. I know before I said I don't like a lot of gears, but I guess I kind of wish there was a 7th gear that was even weaker. But then again, I mean, I don't know how often I'd get to use it, because it really wants to get out of the 6th gear pretty quick on this car. And so I'm assuming that's something that can't really be overcome. Like, I don't know, so maybe that's just kind of a stupid point for me. But that's kind of the thing, is since, like, I guess I would want a gear that was like, it shifted out at 50. And then that 6th gear I would probably want shifted down a bit, like, so the downshift point, instead of being, I feel like it's 41 or 42, it's somewhere around there on this car. I would rather it be downshifting at like maybe 36, 35 for the 6th gear. And then the 7th gear would be downshifting at like 50. Because to me, that makes more sense. To me, that's like a more ideal ratio or whatever, you know. Because I could probably maximize a bit better. That's just how I feel. That's just my feelings about it. So I think 7 gears is pretty good. But, you know, what can you do? Okay, I remember what I actually wanted to talk about. Good job, self. I was just randomly thinking about it yesterday, and I remember, and I guess this is a concept, it kind of, I guess, is the counterargument to my desire for immortality, is I feel like living in the flesh, it is not easy, and there's certain wounds and scars that get accrued over time that pile up. You know, you go through things and you're not the same as you once were. You know? And you go through stuff, and it's like the older you get, you experience some good, you do experience some more good things, but there's an overwhelming amount of just bad experiences that you end up going throughout your life, you know, and they pile up. This is the amount of people who have mistreated you, the amount of times you've been through drama. These things pile up. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't know why I just did that. So these things pile these things pile up, and so the older you are, the more scars you have, the more pain you've been through, and it's harder to just keep going through with that. That's like a difficult thing to do. It's harder to live now than when I was a child and I hadn't really gone through much. And so I'm basing this on 2021 because that's what I was reminiscing over. And 2021's manic episode just seemed nicer. I think even back then, even though I was more depressed, at the same time, I think I was happier. It's kind of a difficult dynamic to explain, but things felt better. I mean, now I just don't know. You know what I mean? I just don't know. That's all I know. I don't. That's it. All I know. Is that I don't. Sorry, just thinking about a lot of different things. I don't really like the mile per gallon. Maybe it's because I'm on a slight uphill. I have a feeling that's why. Yeah, I guess if you're on the highway, even if you're like doing everything correctly, if you're even on a slight uphill for a extended duration, it just kind of tanks the fuel economy. Because it just doesn't seem like that great, but I think once I get over a certain elevation, it improves. I don't know. Anyways, it's purer. Like, you know, back then things were more pure. There was more clarity. There wasn't as many bad memories. Even though certain bad memories were fresher in my mind, there were less bad memories, you know? And so I think that's very relevant. Super relevant, in fact. And the older you get, there's just more bad memories that keep accruing. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I was really thinking about this and craving the past. And then I realized the antidote to all this is forgiveness. And I think we've talked about how difficult that is for me. And it's because it's not in the usual sense. I mean, most people letting go of things is easy for most people. It's easy to let go. It's actually difficult for people to hold on to things. Now, a lot of people still hold on to the bad stuff that happens to them, obviously, but oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My hair is just like caught in the mic, and I don't know if you just heard. It's like really weird. It's like bothering my face. A lot of people do hold on to the negative past. I mean, it's the hardest thing for people to forgive. Yeah, I don't know how this happened with my hair. That is like so annoying. Maybe I fixed it. But for me, it's hard just because of the memory and the memory of the feeling. And the obsessive mind. I think most people, they let go of things and they partake in activities to let go of things. That could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be some kind of dissociative behavior. And I don't really have that outlet. You know, I never really can lose myself in anything, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but it is when you are having a hard time forgiving. I mean, it's because I see the receipts and I understand things so much better. Like, for most people, I don't think it's as difficult to let go because a lot of people don't see the weight of things or see the gravity of certain things. They don't understand why a certain thing is a problem or certain things are problematic. There's so many times, you know, I have conversations with people and I explain how fast food isn't good, but they're not even thinking about half of it. Like, because, yeah, I mean, everybody kind of knows fast food isn't good, but they don't understand the stuff about how you're just using your car for no reason and how that's all inefficient. That shouldn't happen. How it's actually less efficient than, for example, my fast food system, which I've talked about. Supersonic food. No, fast food. Super fast food. No. And that's like an example, is like people don't even think of things or see things, and that's just one example. So a lot of people do things that aren't good and they don't realize they're not good, so they don't really dwell on it, and I think they just haphazardly move through life. Whereas with me, I know what isn't good, I know what you shouldn't do, and I avoid it, you know? But I don't think most people care about that very much. I just, it's like, and I know there's a way to break it down, like it's the material and the material versus the immaterial, and you know, it's just, I don't think it gets that far with people though. That I'm saying that's how I view it. I see it as like, well, it is the material world, and people probably don't feel like bothering. But I don't think people break it down that much to where I think most people just don't have it in them to care. It's just, they just don't think about things as much as I do. They don't conceive of the things that I can see. I mean, that's just the gist that I get. it's really just the gist of what I get, you know. So it's just where we're at, you know. It's just where we're at. And is there much else to say about it? No, not really. It just is what it is, you know. Yeah, it might be 42 or 41. I don't know, because we just held it. So if I do that turn perfectly, I can hold 6th. But if I don't, because that was like nearly perfect. And it is making a difference, because I'm already at 40. Oh, that lost a lot of mile per gallon, though. Shame. It's a shame. Lost a lot. It's a shame there's no opportunity to transition ideally. I'm not even going to bother explaining that. It's just road stuff. I don't even know why I verbalized that. That is the thing, and it's I almost feel like when, I guess a lot of this is cope, though. I feel like a lot of people could say the same thing, because, I mean, the people who have a harder time taking things seriously, I mean, it would be even harder for them, because they might not even be this conscientious, but I think I don't know. It's still probably ultimately easier for me, and I should just stop whining about it and do it. You know, I really do. I do think that's probably really just what we should be doing. I don't know. I guess I'm just explaining thoughts I've had about it and stuff, but yeah, I think that's what I wanted to talk about. There might have been something else, but yeah, it's interesting, you know, it's very interesting. But yeah, we have to try to just chill a little more and, just chill. That's just honestly the case. Like, there's not much else you really can do in life. There's not much, that's all life really is just chill, you know? It's just chill. Everything's just chill. I'm just thinking about the six-figure stooges again. That's all I'm thinking about. Think about those stooges a lot. Yeah, it's a shame. I wonder if there was more for me to say, and I didn't. I'm either forgetting or something is not. Yeah, I don't know. Like that, I just don't like that the 6 is like that, because there's a lot of times on the highway where you basically, you go down to 40, but that's like it, And since they have it so the gear shifts out at that 40, it just doesn't make any sense, because I think it should just be a touch lower. It would seriously reduce the amount of shifts by a lot. It would reduce the amount of shifts by a lot. I'm sorry for losing substance. I guess I just really forgot about what I was talking about. Well, what I wanted to talk about, I don't really get what happened. Because I had so many things to talk about. Like I said, I've been thinking more. I've been sleeping more. I think I've been sleeping better. A lot of good things, a lot of good changes. Calmer. Time's going by relatively fast. And we're just trying to improve and hit a certain state. Sorry, just thinking, oh my gosh, I keep stopping and thinking. I'm very sorry, guys. I'll keep getting stuck thinking. So if that happens during the show, just a shame I can't record my thoughts. That's always what I'm trying to do, and I usually don't. What am I saying? Of course I don't record my thoughts. I can't record my thoughts. That's why I don't record my thoughts. But yeah, I guess the pressure of the show, it's weaning, it's wearing. It's not what it used to be. And maybe that's not a good thing, but it's kind of just becoming something that I post. I don't really know anymore. Whoa, there's a lot of cars going on. I have, no idea why there's this many. Are we really gonna... Oh, no. We're gonna have to push it, because I know this thing shifts. I know this tricky light. I know this light too well. We just gotta start grabbing it. Oh my gosh, I know that light's tricky, it's crazy. I still don't even think I'm gonna get to work that early. I genuinely, I said the whole thing about, it's only 1 to 2 minutes. What is going on? Was I just driving that slow on the highway or something? I don't even know I think we still won't break a record or anything. I was saying that, I was saying all that stuff about, but no, dude, I really thought I was gonna get here deadly early. Even now, like, the light changed, let's go. Oh, this is becoming a perfect run. We didn't even lose fifth. We got through all three of the light luck barely, but we had great light luck, so we may break a record. I don't know if we've been here, well, I don't know, I'm getting a little bit too hyperactive. I still actually don't think we're gonna break a record, yeah. I don't think we will. I think we're gonna meet the record. But hey, at least we're getting better mile per gallon than we've got in a while because of the light luck and how I was able to hold gears long enough, keeping the RPM low. So it's pretty exciting. But I don't think we're gonna beat any records. I mean, it's like kind of possible, but I think we're just gonna barely miss a record breaker. And we're just gonna be at the record, I think, yeah, because it's already 24 seconds, and we're not really there yet. So we're probably gonna get gypped last second. That's just probably what's gonna happen. It's a shame, but you know. Is what it is. I don't believe we're gonna make it. And the phone was upside down. That really is the nail in the coffin, isn't it? Yeah, we already lost it. Never mind. I don't know why it wasn't really that close. Yeah, because then also like the internet took kind of a while to connect for some reason. We're like not even gonna tie the record breaker anymore at this rate. What is going on? Wow, I was off with that. I really thought there was a shot at greatness. No, it was 30 seconds. Yeah, so we were about like 40 seconds off from a... Well, I actually don't know. I don't think I've looked at the data enough or anything like that, but yeah, I don't think I've looked at the data enough, but I believe it would be a record breaker. I think we tied with the record breaker today. So that's what I think. Not sure about that, but yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking this yesterday. I can't believe it's September. Like, I don't know what is going on. Because that's just crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. Sorry for being quiet, weird, whatever you want to call it. Yep, this is it. Hey, at least it's Friday. I'm pretty happy it's Friday. We're making progress. I think we're finally making progress, but August was not progress. Like, now it's progress, you know? It's one of those kind of situations you did. Like, we were not doing well, but August was a horrible month, and but I'm thinking things are... That could have been the lowest point ever. But now it's gonna get better. You know, you never know. So. Right, let me just remember to do everything, put the sunshades up and all that stuff. Yeah. It's a shame. I know this show could be better, but I'm just not. I haven't been like feeling it recently to try hard like I did in the beginning. We'll have to wait for the second manic episode, which could be in a year or two, something like that. You know, or it could be tomorrow, I guess. But I don't get them that frequently, so you know. I woke up a little late. I didn't get my good precious water in the morning like I usually do. So that's no good. But what can you do? What can you do, you know? Alright guys, well, I think that it's been schla, but now it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.